Well, yes, indeed, Unati, coming to you right here from Krisane Mall in Vosloorus. What we can tell you is that after the national chair of the ANC spoke to us in terms of why he came here and also assessing the situation, was that we saw soldiers being brought in. As you can see, the soldier truck passing there. But earlier, a couple of minutes ago, we saw community leaders here trying to speak to the community, engaging the community, calling them to calm down, saying that enough is enough now, telling them that, this situation that's happening right here is going to have a certain impact in terms of how they go about in their lives going forward. And also the community opining, really asking that, if the police was just standing, why did the taxi people attack them? If you remember earlier, I spoke to a young boy who is allegedly killed on the other side by the taxi people, saying that actually it was wrong of them to have done that. The community, they're engaging with community leaders. But what we can tell you now is that there's still a high presence of police here. Even soldiers have come in. They are walking about. Just a couple of minutes ago, we saw taxi association people, going around the mall, and they came with one gentleman who had, was carrying something as if like he got it from one of their stores here. They took him directly to the police. At this particular moment, soldiers are still driving around, monitoring the situation. But quite interestingly, the people are still sitting, even though it's far, but they are still sitting here. Community leaders here have called them, have told them that they should go back home. Enough is enough. This is going to have an impact on their livelihoods going forward now that this mall is no more. Unati?
Do you get a sense that law enforcement authorities are now having a hold on the situation? Do you find that there is some level of calm and comfort now that they are deployed there?
It's a bit calm, but the engagement between, community leaders and the community, show that there was still sort of tension, because the community kept on asking them, why are you allowing the taxi people to pull out guns in front of the police? If you remember earlier, the police were just standing and the taxi drivers were the ones who were pushing people back. They asked that, why are you guys still allowing, the police, the taxi association people to be so harsh with us? A boy has died. They also claim that apparently there was another body, a person who died, who's still there. They say that they should go get that particular person. But the community leader saying that, they should go back home. Enough is enough. But the situation as we are now, where we are now, it's a bit calm, unpredictable, because you could tell that, from when the community was speaking, you could tell that if the police were to move, something might happen. But the soldiers are here, and they allowed both the community leaders and the community to interact, trying to diffuse this situation here. Since our arrival here, we only saw one person being arrested, like I said earlier. He was brought in by the taxi association people. They took him directly to the police. I remember here when they were passing, said that if the police can't do it, we'll bring them to you one by one. That's what they said here. And indeed, they did take that particular person into took him to the police.
And there is that concern, I would imagine, Ntlantla, that the inconsistency with the SAPS in the various communities is under question here. Maybe wrap for us very quickly in terms of how the chair of the ANC, Mr. Gauteng Unrest, was received there, and just some of the things that he said. Did the community actually, have a chance to engage?
No, he did not engage the community. He actually engaged us to keep us in terms of a brief with regards to what was transpiring or what transpired here. But we haven't seen him engaging the community. He just left after interacting with us. And at that time, the taxi drivers were going all directions trying to push people back. But he did call people to come, saying that, this this need to stop, and they need to withdraw. Their cries have been heard. Let them not go further destroying, as this is going to have a certain impact on the economy going forward. They say that people were talking about jobs, and whilst they are doing this, going forward, it's going to be very difficult to create even more jobs, because they anticipate that this is going to have an impact in terms of people that have lost or who are going to lose their jobs here, while this place is still maybe would be recovering. When looking at it, you can see that it's going to take time, to fix things here around.
In fact, it's been predicted it'll probably take years for just some of those malls to, get up and running, and for the economy in some of these, communities, to be at the level, at the very least, of where it is today. Ntlantla Kgatlhane, thank you so much for your time. He's out in Vosloorus. We'll obviously be engaging with our reporters throughout the course of the day.